is a photograph of the house, which is on the west side of Tomales Bay. The house and the storage structure are the last remaining structures on Tomales Bay built by Coast Miwok hands by my mom's great-grandpa, Joe Felix, and his brother Ben. And our logo is inspired from a photograph of my grandmother, Bertha Felix. So, I was thinking about San Francisco, about Yerba Buena, and about how our great-great-grandmother, Euphrasia Felix, met her indigenous Filipino husband, Domingo Felix, here in Yelamu. And we suspect that she was at Mission Dolores, held there, and when it was secularized by the Mexican government, she was looking to go home. So what we think is that the cove where this little house is likely a place she knew, likely a place that was familiar to her, and she brought her husband back with her to the cove and raised her family. The cove next to it is Marshall Beach, which if you're a kayaker and you camp, that also is a family cove. That's where her sister, Perfecta Felix, raised her family. So the two sisters raised their families side by side on these two coves. I've been thinking about the word rematriation and what it really means. It's about returning home to our mother. It's about returning home to ancestral homelands in a way that is indigenous, in a way that's connecting to the sacredness. And it comes from visiting and building relationship with the land and the water. When I first went there, my mom had already passed, and I was there with my sister. And I'd seen the house in so many photographs. So that is how I understood and saw the house, as this family living there with barbecues and dogs and chickens and skiffs. My mom was very proud about rowing her skiff out across Marshall Beach, Tomales Bay to Marshall. And I think about when I saw the house the first time, it was covered with ivy because the park had done nothing, and they were planning to bulldoze it in the 80s. And my mom, our family was removed, forced out by ranchers, dairy ranchers, but they never left the bay. So my mom kept a subscription to the Point Reyes Light and saw that the park was planning to bulldoze it. So together we wrote a letter to the editor. And that was the beginning of my journey of going back to the cove.